Everyone, this is Raph, and basically it's like more Raph if you only like Raph. It hadn't been easy warming Raph up to you, being a human much smaller than he was, and with much more fragile skin with his. He was walking on eggshells when it came to ensuring he didn't hurt you. His hands would flinch and hesitate before resting themselves on your shoulders. His legs would lock up his position when he heard you near, especially if you were behind him, and never would he approach you without warning of where he was a little behind you or a hey coming in. It was especially bad when his feelings for you developed. They came so suddenly, nearly toppling the big guy over when you asked him of all people if he was okay one day. He wasn't. The mission that day was far too stressful. He lost sight of his brothers as they tried to reason with a tree yokai and much heavier than he was with branches, far more capable of causing harm to his brothers without his tough skin and spiky shell. They totally held their own, as they always did. But with lives as dangerous as theirs, no one could really blame Raph for his worries, and worst of all, he couldn't share any of these feelings, not with anyone, lest he wanted to risk his responsibilities and confidence as their leader. How could he falter? Would his brothers take on his fears if he dared share them? April would try to reach out to him, but he couldn't bring himself to share such heavy baggage with her. Raph insisted he was fine. April always knew he was lying, but she respected his space within reason. Never would he have expected you to ask him how he was, though. And somehow that ended up being the little drop of water that broke the dam. In your arms, he poured everything out, shaking the whole time. You stroked gentle touches down his neck, sometimes reaching out to trace little circles and hearts against his chest, knowing full and well that he could feel it. When he calmed down, Raph drifted backwards, afraid he had made such contact with someone he saw like last. To his surprise, not only were you unharmed, but you encouraged him to return to your loving arms, and he would be a liar if he said that he hated it or found them uncomfortable. And that was how you managed to get him to warm up to you, becoming a bit more playful, much more likely to embrace you, to seek your company. You frequented the lair more, and he would always rush to you when you were free. You would always lay together in his room, hearing his most vulnerable emotions. Just you. You were the apple of his eye. Raph relaxed around you, let down some guards, and allowed his hands to stroke your skin just how yours did his. And that, dear friend, is how he discovered how ticklish you were, right on your tummy. It surprised him one day while running his fingers mindlessly against your skin. He began fidgeting. He tried again, and this time you started laughing, pushing his hands away. Today, he was doing the same thing. You were both together, laughing and being close as usual, when suddenly he towered over you and gave a toothy grin. Oh no, that look. Please, anything but that look. He pushed your shirt up a bit, respectfully, and immediately began assaulting your tummy. And immediately began assault on your tummy. You squirmed and shrieked, fighting to escape the torture that made you laugh so bad. You couldn't stop laughing and pleading. Raph, please, let it help. I'm gonna get pee. Not a chance, YN. With empty threats you pleaded, and he simply eyed you with the glint of enjoyment flickering through his eyes. Now began stage 2 of your fight for your life, kicking. It never usually reaches this point, but you were desperate. Tears were pricking in your eyes, and your laugh was just starting to become your mouth open and body jolting as if laughing, but no sound came out. Of course, when you're someone like Raph with tough skin and spiky shell, little human kicks don't hurt at all. But when you're a human with easily torn skin, kicks against an alligator snapping turtle can be dangerous. I'm sorry, Raph was quick to catch when your cries weren't done out too much tickling. You gave a squeak of pain, halting your kicking abruptly, and suddenly Raph was brought back to an unpleasant memory of the past, one where particularly purple turtle was hurt by him. To omit the yucky details, let's just say there was a bit of ouch on the sole of your foot. Raph quickly separated himself from you, putting an uncomfortable amount of distance between you both as he rummaged through drawers to find precious band-aids that were probably in every nook and cranny of the lair because of him. Where are they? No, 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 please, I didn't mean to. Panicking, his shaky hands dumped band-aids into the drawer and quickly hurried to you with them and some Neosporin. Though, when he saw your teary eyes looking at him, Raph couldn't help but freeze up. The materials were sat near you, but he kept his distance. Raph had his head hugged to the right, like a puppy, ashamedly holding their head down. Raph, what? You called with a low voice, reaching your hands towards him. A hesitant step back, and quickly you put the pieces together. It was just like before. Was he going to push you away now after this incident too? Raph, you can sit near me. It was just an accident. I'm not mad, and it's not even that bad of a cut. His eyes twirled light and as tears glossed them up. Even so, even if you are okay, this just proved he was dangerous, right? This proved every little thought he had every time he held you. Every floating voice telling him, no, you're too close to them. You're going to hurt them. It's only a matter of time. You hurt everyone, Raphael. William, please, you should be upset. I hurt you. It was only a matter of time. Just look at me. Fumming? He was fumming? Anger contorted his face as the tears welled up and rolled down his cheeks, leaving little trails that shone like crystals of sadness under the light basking his room. His eyes never met yours, stayed fixated upon the floor. I'm sorry if I'm stuttering so much. This made your heart ache. You didn't want to go back to when his hands would flinch, trembling as they gingerly touched your shoulders, your cheeks, your hands. You didn't want him to feel so afraid to touch you. You weren't glass or tissue. You weren't resilient. After spraying the Neosporin on your wound and pressing the band-aid neatly against your skin, your eyes traced his body while you spoke, noting the way he was so stiff yet quivering so visibly. I am looking at you, Raph. You didn't do it on purpose. It was simply an accident. Please. Please. You leaned forward on the bed, reaching for him, but got startled when he jerked away, staring at you with a full kind of fear you hadn't seen since the fight with Shredder years ago. No, stop! I'm dangerous. Just listen to me, Ryan, and stay away. Yeah. He was startled as you suddenly leapt onto him, his arms excessively catching you. Guilt washed over him. He just said didn't touch him, but the way you held him and your voice cracked as you cried out, Raph, you dummy, listen to me. You pulled back, resting your weight upon Raph's arms that held them securely with a little pinch of love. Your hands cupped his face, it means holding his face, like you're not actually putting cups on his face. I'm just letting you know. And your voice cracked as you cried out. Oh wait, no, wrong one. You pulled back, resting your weight upon Raph's arms that held them securely with a little pinch of love. Your hands cupped his face, gently stroking his cheeks in slow circles. I know you think I'm made of glass or something dumb like that. You underestimate how strong I am, okay? Of course I may get hurt here and there by your little points, but hey. His head leaned against your hand as you rubbed his tears away. That doesn't change how much I love you, okay? The look on his face, coupled with the blush dusting your cheeks, was adorable. Though you both knew it, neither of you had said it out loud, and what better time to say it than after a tickle fight gone wrong? His eyes traced your expression, clenching tightly closed, before opening with the kindest, most loving gaze that made your heart skip. But not as hard as his next word did. That made your heart trip over itself. Can I kiss you? And that was Raph. I hope you enjoyed this. I love y'all. Also, the next video will be posted the day after this. I promise.